you guys hearing the siren in the Netherlands on every Monday? Okay, actually...
Not every Monday.
On every first Monday of the month, there's a siren. And here we are.
At 12.
Sirening. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I just thought your mom had bought some mint and it was still left over.
This is your natural herbal concoction of the month. Is
Concoction?
Just, yeah.
What's that?
I give you words like that every time to broaden your vocabulary.
About the mug, as you can see, it's blanco, but we have a design almost.
Do we?
Yes. What are you talking
about? We
about?
have a concept. We don't have a finalized design.
We do. There's like 2 slight changes we need to do. And I'm really looking into where to get the mugs and then they're ready.
Jesper showed me the design. I will say it's fun. We are not going too crazy with it, of course, because it's just like we're just testing out the waters. So
I took care of it together with Puck.
Yeah, Jesper's onto it. So this is all purely Jesper's vision, which is kind of fun.
But it will just be a normal mug for now, because I was thinking I can make like really special handle and stuff, but that will just become like very complicated for now.
Yeah.
So I think we just have the fun design and I hope you guys will like it.
Yeah.
But we'll see, but we're almost there. What?
How long do you reckon we've been talking about it now? 4 months?
Long time, but
I need to check.
I mean,
I won't check
you didn't
now,
want
but
mugs, and then you said you were going to take over. So
I'm not sure if I didn't say I didn't want mugs.
What are you doing?
Nor here nor there. I wanted to show them. I don't know if they'll be able to see, because there's been an exciting change. On one of my vlogs I'd already discussed it, that we were going to put all of the uplighting in the barn, and it has been installed. It's beautiful.
A lot of things have happened in the barn.
Yeah, a lot. You guys will be seeing it in the coming vlogs. But
have we even said welcome back to Unstable?
Welcome back. We're unstable already, but I'm going to show you guys. The lights are currently on, but because of how the camera's set up, it makes the background very dark. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that's all done. Rendering is finished. It looks amazing. We've got a bunch of work happening in September for the property, so there's loads happening. You've been really busy as well. Okay, I think we just jump into the questions. There was a bunch from you guys, as always. I asked through Instagram. Are you already peeking ahead?
Well, you know what's coming.
Well, not anymore. Bunch of random questions from you guys through Instagram pertaining to everything that's happened in the last month and general questions that you guys have on your mind. So we're going to get into it. First question being, when is Enzo arriving at home properly?
Home? Really Australian.
At home?
Well, I don't remember. What did you discuss?
End of October, early November. That's going to be the plan. And by then...
Quite nervous for that.
Yeah, we still need
not
to
for him to be here, but just first of all, we don't know him that well, so you need to really get to know him, and then to find the right setup for him.
Yeah, I have no doubt he will settle, but my nightmare is that he arrives when it's been like super rainy weather and the fields are like super wet, and he's just running and breaking everything and slipping and all this kind of stuff. Well, yeah, we have to kind of time it so it's like we need to put the odds with us, not against us.
Oh,
well,
it's also nice to have him home.
We will definitely have him in a group here. And I was saying, I texted yesterday, I think yesterday or the day after, or the day before, and I said, wouldn't it be amazing if one day Enzo's able to go in the field with Emporio and they get to grow up together like father and son? I mean, they won't know, because horses don't really know that, I don't think.
Not the father, I don't think.
No. So, but I was like, how cool would it be to watch them side by side and him growing up?
That would be really nice.
And even when he's a stallion, I think if they grow up together, Emporio will always stand his own. I wouldn't be worried about that. And I would like Emporio to be out 24/7. So I was like, that's a nice idea to think about.
Just don't know if it's too much if he plays a lot.
Yeah, we need to see. I mean, Emporio is very much in the beginning stages of his journey of becoming a gelding through and through. So we just have to see a little bit how it goes.
Excuse me. Why can I not read?
Next question. New horse plans, question mark. I think for both of us, that's the question.
For me, I'm really content with my horses and I really just want to learn more with them. I think that's really, I mean, I've always been open to thinking like, oh, maybe I need or want to have another one. But then I think maybe first I have to learn more and then I can take that all to the next horse in the future when it all works out. But only thing is that I still am looking for the pony. So that is something that I'm open for and looking into one mare already for quite a while, which I really like.
And for me, I think I'm in a really interesting place right now with my horses. There's been a lot of changes. I just bought a horse, I just retired a horse, I just have a foal from one of my stallions. It's this very odd stage where actually everything's a little bit up in the air. And we've had so many
It's never boring
conversations
with you.
No, you and I have had loads of conversations about this, and I've been hesitant to be as open online, but I think I want to today. But I've been hesitant to be open online because sometimes some people don't understand certain things, and also they don't understand what it's like when there's like two different sides of horses. There's like when horses are your passion and your business, and it's when horses are just your passion. And there's a really big divide and difference between the two, because you cannot run a business how you do with just hoarding animals. Like, it doesn't work. You can't just keep them all.
Would love to try.
So, and this brings me to, I've never had controversy online. I've never had any kind of sticking points. It's been pretty good. We've had open communications with you guys, but the one thing that sometimes people bring up is, okay, why did I sell 𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒚? I get that question still sometimes, and some people had quite big judgments on me for that too.
Yeah. Because I think sometimes people thought it was me also, so I got them too.
What do you mean you?
Or they thought that I did it.
What do you mean? That you sold 𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒚? Why would you sell 𝒍𝒏𝒆𝒚?
When they started, I think they just mix us up, I don't know. But anyways.
But you also noticed that it's been like a conversation point, that people bring it up sometimes.
I think it's just
he sold that horse.
Yeah, because it's either about the selling, which I don't think is a bad thing if you do it for the right reasons and you find the right home.
Yeah.
And maybe because he wasn't able to do what you wanted to do with him. But I think that's only a good thing, because then you find a place where it's much better for him and he has a really beautiful life now.
Yeah.
And you can't keep everything either.
Yeah.
So you would never sell to just and not care about where the horse will go. Never.
No, of course not. Also, when we had like the sales horses, it was always everyone that was highly vetted. We always got photos and videos of where the horses were going. We met the clients. It was never like, okay, this horse is going to this random location, never having met the owner. That's not the kind of business that we do. But what I wanted to say with that is, there are circumstances that can sometimes lead you to selling a horse. And with 𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒚, the circumstances were that I bought him with a pre-existing injury, which came back. It just ended up keep coming back. And I didn't have the space. We didn't even know that we were going to find a place like this or have a place like this. And the stables we were renting there, it was a sports stable. It was not a place that you have a retired horse. So the best thing for him was to move him onto a home where he could have the life he deserved as a retired horse. And we found that for him. And
now he's with other horses.
Yeah, now he's gelded, he's in a herd with a guy called Lockie, who takes care of him really, really well. So that's like a dream scenario, right? But then sometimes there's other situations that arise, and you have clients that come and they say, actually, I'm interested in one of your horses, like one of your private horses. And I've always have certain horses I know in my heart of hearts I could never sell, because they come really into your heart, into a really special place. And that's where like passion and business completely separates, because okay, these horses are seen as something else. But then sometimes you have horses that don't quite get into your heart of hearts. You still love them, you still treat them like your baby, like your child. But from a business point of view, when you're working with horses as your business, if you get a good home with a large financial incentive, you have to, like, in order to support this all, I mean, money doesn't just rain from the sky. You kind of have to think a little bit smart. And I have had I don't
think it's only about the money for you.
No, of course not. Of course not. It's not. It's a complete thing. It has to make sense in the full scope of everything. But I'll give you an example. For instance, with 𝒋𝒏𝒆𝒚, I've had some clients offer me very, very large amounts of money in the past. It was good clients. One of them came out to see him as well. And in my mind, I always let that door open a little bit with him, because I love him and I'm not like publicly advertising him, and he's not publicly for sale, and I'm not waking up thinking, okay, I have to sell this horse. But I've slightly left that door open with him, because even though I love him so much, and he's such an incredible horse, I just felt head over heels for him. But from like a riding point of view, he's just too small for me. Like, my legs are hanging really low on him. I can't use, basically half of my lower leg is just dangling in the air. And that's fine. We can still ride and we can still do our thing and all this kind of stuff. But I've always thought, with him, I was like, if someone really, really great comes and it all makes sense among everything, it's something I would consider, and it's something that because of my business I would have to consider. I don't have a choice, and we're not talking about little money, we're talking about the kind of money
Plus
that...
we don't have 20 stables here.
No, of course not. And we don't have, I mean, we would be talking for him the kind of money that is the deposit on a house. It's because he's trained really high, clean vet check, everything, and these are the offers I've already received. It's not stuff I'm making up. So when you get those kind of things presented with a good home, it is something that makes you think twice about these things. And I don't think that makes you a bad horse person or anything like that. I don't think every horse is meant to be in your life for their whole life. And I also know that there is more people than just me that can give him a good life. I don't think so highly of myself that, okay, I'm the only person that can give him a good life.
For me, I just can't do it. I don't know why.
Yeah, for you,
but that's not a bad thing. Like, it's not like good or bad, because I think sometimes it is even bad for people that want to keep holding on for when it's maybe not even right, but I don't know.
Yeah, but for you it's also...
I think you could give me all the money and then I still wouldn't do it.
But it's also completely not in the nature of how you run your business at all. Because also you're not training dressage horses or something that is, let's say, more commercial. You're really doing something that's specific to what you do. Oh my God. Okay, this is not
coming with me.
This mint is not. So it's also a completely different mindsets. It would be very difficult to even do that. But it's something
but
that...
your thing I understand.
Yeah, but it's something that's difficult to convey because I'm worried that people will think, okay, but so then anything can be bought out for money. And I will tell you, I've had plenty of people interested in Emporio for way more money than would ever be offered for Etro, and I would never, in my wildest dreams, ever sell him. Chase, I've never been offered big money for Chase, but I would never sell him either because there's certain horses, as I said, that come into this really special part of your heart. And I think a big realization, we've talked about this in the past, is that like when you only have one horse, they easily come into this special place in your heart.
Just because you spend so much time together as well,
yeah.
I think.
And the bond, it's never replicable. Once you have more than one horse, you'll never have that feeling again.
I was thinking about this last weekend because in one of the shows I was away for 2 days with only Gaio. And one day I was also there alone, and it was just like really doing all the extra things.
Yeah.
What normally you don't have time for, or you just keep going.
And it makes a difference also in how you see them and how they are to you. But of course, when we have several horses, I mean more than several, that's not possible to do. So that's just something that, like, I'm really assessing now, okay, what is the plan moving forward? Where are we going with everything?
But you're always looking, like you're always looking for houses and always looking for horses.
Yeah, but that sounds bad. That sounds like I'm a dealer.
No, you're just looking around because you always are open, and that's what I like about you. You always are. No way, you are always looking because it's your interest, it's your passion. You like to be informed what is out there, not only per se for yourself, but also you just are always open for, like you're never blocked into new opportunities. Yeah. Doesn't mean you do one thing or the other.
And I think the reason, the houses, I just love properties. I'm just nosy like that. But with the horses, the reason why I keep looking is because I'm like, okay, will I ever find another horse like Emporio? And those horses don't come up every day. And so that's why I keep looking, always keep an eye out, because I would love to have even a horse that gives me 50% of what he gave me. I would love to have that. And you don't find that unless you look. So I always keep an eye out. But if a horse like that comes across my path, I don't want to say no because I don't have the space. So I'm just in a very, with the horses, I mean, I'm just like really trying to assess everything now. Emporio retiring is just making me look at everything so differently now. But I just wanted to have this conversation of what's going on in my head. I wanted to share with you guys because I'm not the kind of person that one day you're like, oh my God, which I'm not saying it's happened or something.
But I think it's much more emotional than you're trying to portray it now. I think you're just really struggling, losing that special thing with Emporio, and it's kind of what you need and what you want, and that's also what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Without having to go into too much, but I mean, I think that's also more the case.
And I think I've realized that kind of bond with a horse is what makes me truly happy. And I want to find that again. And I think that's where I want to go with it. But I'll keep you guys updated, of course, on how things go, and we will see. But all my horses I love very much, and I don't see them as just a monetary object that you buy and sell for profit. If that was the case, I would have sold plenty of my horses a very long time ago. But yeah, that question went a lot deeper than it seemed, because it was just 3 words. But actually, it went a lot further.
That's the whole point, no?
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna really change up the pace here. I've heard the news, but I am officially a horse breeder. This is a whole new journey I'm going down, and in order to kind of showcase this journey, I had to open a website, which is mhbreeding.com. And of course, when I have to create a website, I go on Squarespace. The reason for that is I don't have coding knowledge. I'm not the most tech-savvy person, even though I work online, but Squarespace makes the user journey so friendly and easy that I was able to design the whole website myself. First off, you have hundreds of already made templates to choose from, which means that you can really find the design that best suits your business. After this, Squarespace basically guides you through every next step in order to create your dream website. One of the things that I love so much is that when I'm traveling, I can make quick editing changes, I can add pages. It's very, very simple and straightforward. I couldn't recommend Squarespace more to any entrepreneur or anybody that's looking to design and create and stay in charge of their own website. If this sounds interesting to you, then do use my link, which is www.squarespace.com/Harnacke, and in doing so, you'll get 10% off your first website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for being such a loyal sponsor over the years. It truly is a testament to just how great this platform is. Do you have plans? Do you have plans of building a walker?
For now, no. Right? I would like it in the future, I think, because I never liked it because I think it's so unpersonal in the beginning, where you just put your horses in there, you're like, oh, you walk some rounds and now do something else. But I think it's actually quite nice, especially in winter, when you just want them to have a little stretch, or after you wash them and you want them to dry up.
There's actually many uses for it. Yeah.
Or after the riding, if you want to have them a bit more like cool down.
And for the ponies, it's quite good as well, because the ones that get fat really easily on the grass, it's quite nice for them to have half an hour in the walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that it's not on the plan right now, but something that we could be open to in the future if we feel like we need it and that we're missing it. We had it at our old house, and we did actually use it quite a lot, to be fair.
Sometimes, yeah. At the beginning, no, and then later, yes.
At the end, every day. The horses always went in first.
Yeah, that's true.
Out of all the languages you speak, which one is your favorite and why?
For me, I mean, I don't speak that many, but I think the English is my favorite.
Really? You prefer English?
I mean, I still miss that I wish that I had a better accent instead of so Dutch.
Oh, you hardly have an accent.
Well, that's just what you say, and
no, it's
say the same. But also sometimes the deeper things I can't, of course, say, but I think it's nice. I like the English, and I think
English is nice.
Yes. And of course, Dutch is easier. Dutch is easier for me, but...
You've always wanted to learn French.
Oh yeah, but this is what I like.
Which one is your favorite and
it's
why?
one of I speak.
Yeah. But I'm just saying now, you've always wanted to learn French. Actually, yes, has been Duolingoing Italian.
Yeah, for a very long time.
For a long time, like 8 months or something.
210 days today, I think.
I don't know, or maybe that's less than 8 months, but a long time. You've been doing really well with that.
Yes, and I like the Italian language, but still I would prefer French.
Yeah. And out of the languages,
I like it when you speak Italian.
Yeah, out of the languages, I know English, Italian, a little bit of German, and some Dutch now as well. I think English is my favorite. English has such a beautiful flow. I think a lot of people always tell me, oh, Italian sounds like a song, it sounds really nice. But from me, knowing like how I structure sentences in English to Italian is very jagged. It's very like this. And English, for me, is really flowy, actually. Do you need to patch the roof on the barn with all the holes in it? You have no idea how many questions I received about the roof of our barn.
I mean, I can imagine, because that's what we were thinking. I was like, sometimes I'm outside and I'm like, well, this looks like the moon.
Yeah.
But actually it's been quite good, because there's 2, 3, 4 places maybe that are
it rained yesterday, and I can see 1 puddle, 2, 3, 4, only along the center, because there's only the major holes are along the apex, but it's actually quite easy to fix.
Yeah, and all the other ones don't really let water through, it's just light and air. But we will put everything in the right spot again.
Yeah, and some people were saying, why didn't you do that first?
Well, we wanted to.
Yeah, we wanted to, but we're kind of like at the... We're working with contractors, and we were in the midst of holidays, but we didn't want to stop the other work, so we were like, okay, it doesn't matter. It's not that much work. It'll probably be tops a day's work.
The only thing is annoying that it makes things a bit dirty, man.
But that's fine. But the reason why you guys are seeing so many holes is because all the tiles have like a little bit of space between them, so the water is not going to go in, but you guys are going to be seeing the air underneath, if that makes sense. Like this. That's my technical explanation done. Have either of you ever gone fox hunting, not real fox hunting, but like a hunt? So I imagine on a horse, like a...
Well, I've done it.
Tell them.
I've done it for my work for several years. Only in the Netherlands it's on the scent. So you don't hunt any animals, luckily. Otherwise I would have never done it.
Yes, it was the whipper-in, weren't you?
Yes. And the assistant for the hunts. For
Yeah.
the hounds. And the trainer of the horses.
Very impressive. And you have these really
It was
cool
really
photos.
cool. Only thing is I had to ride sometimes on the more like sometimes
Difficult.
strong horses or like young and then I had to know where to go and then I had to get the dogs and all of these things I had no clue about. So then I remember the very first hunt was one also really hot horse and I was just cantering there and then all of a sudden I see this huge tree with this hole underneath and I just had to go over it. I was like,
Like jump it.
Yes.
But you've got really cool photos of you jumping ditches, jumping huge hedges. It's really impressive. Like I would have been terrified.
One time the other whipper-in fell off and the master fell off and I was all alone. And I was just 18, I was like...
Just panic. And
but it was really cool and I enjoyed it and it was really nice and I had one time I had a really nice horse for a long time for myself there.
Murphy?
Yes, it was a really special horse.
Cute.
Really beautiful, very baroque actually.
And you also like because you have a certain attire you have to wear, so you were in these red coats and boots and velvet helmets and everything.
Red coat from someone else, it was way too big.
But it looked really nice actually. You were like this little prince gallivanting across the fields in the winter.
But it was nice and I was speaking the other day to the people that I met years ago from there and I saw them again and they said that we both should come on one of their horses.
I've never done anything like it.
In the back it's quite nice because you can take it a bit more easy.
Yes, but I would like a nice horse and I don't want to do any crazy stupid jumps. I just want to have a nice ride with a couple of small jumps. That would be really fun.
Usually you
and
can
I like
also
the outfits.
pass
I think the outfits
but
are
you
fun.
won't be able to wear red.
Why not?
It's not allowed.
So what color do I have to wear?
Just black.
But I think red looks better.
Yeah, but you're not allowed. That's like even the amount of buttons you have.
I'm sure we can talk to someone
No.
and make it work. Of course, you are wearing red.
Yes, because I was the whipper-in.
Well, I could be the whipper-in then. You didn't know what you were doing and you did it, so actually I can do it too then.
I did it for several years, yeah.
Was it a tailcoat or was it like
No,
was it?
for me it was because it was way too big. But normally it's not a tailcoat. No.
Okay, well we're gonna have to figure that out because I want to wear red. What color does the master wear?
Red.
Okay, I want red.
And
Next
he has,
question.
Like the horn.
No, that I don't want. I just want the red coat.
But you had these whipper things for like the sound. But every time I
a stock whip.
hit myself with it, so I was always bruised. And especially in winter when it was so cold.
Yeah, because it's only in winter these hunts.
Yeah, autumn and winter.
It's weird that it's called hunts because you're not hunting anything anymore. It's just the hounds picking up a scent.
It's called slipjacht in the Netherlands, scent hunt.
Oh, scent hunt, yeah. We should maybe have a word for that in English too now. Okay, which of your horses is the most comfortable to ride? We never talked that much actually about the horses on the podcast, so I was like, maybe let's pick a horse question for once. I can tell you which one of yours is the most comfortable. Ha! Not Gaio. I think it's and not to be rude, but not Andorra.
Yeah, because you
either.
fell off her already.
Not comfortable.
You fell off, Annie. Did we say that too? Yeah.
Yeah. I think the most comfortable is Antares.
Yes.
Or Macho.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Of course not. That would be animal abuse. Yeah, and out of mine, which one do you think?
But if you had to sell one of my horses, which one would that be?
Can it be like a 2 deal?
Oh.
No, I'm joking. You know what? Gaio's been pissing me off though because he's been digging all these holes in the field. He's so annoying. We have these perfect fields
He's really
now.
bored quickly, so he either goes in the pond, throws around his bucket, or does something else.
Or digs, but when I say digs. Do you remember what he used to do to the sand paddocks? He would go past the liner, he would go past everything, he would just dig.
Really?
Yeah, there would be like a 1/2 meter hole.
Yeah, not only from him, I don't think.
Anyway, Gaio would be sold relatively quickly.
No, never. Yeah, I think for me also it's Antares.
And which one do you think of mine is the most comfortable?
I don't really ride yours that often. I didn't even ride I don't even ride Emporio that often. I think Etro was quite nice to ride the other day.
I think Etro is the most comfortable because Emporio is very powerful, so you're really getting thrown out of the saddle. Like he's comfortable and he's got a very soft back and it's very soft on the contact, but he's so powerful, especially in the extended trot. Like I really had to learn how to sit in that extended trot because you're getting like catapulted out of the saddle.
I'm already struggling to do a sitting trot on my flat ones.
Next question. Has there been anything barn design wise you and Yes have really disagreed on? There's one thing that took us a second, but
what?
Well, I'm gonna hang on to this. I want to see if you can think of it, remember it. I mean, it wasn't a huge deal or something, but we had differing views at first.
To do the tech?
Yes. You wanted the tack-ups to be, now we have them like in front of each garage door, and you wanted to turn them so that they were on the back wall of the house.
Well, I just thought it's easier if you want to leave out of that door.
Yeah, but I think it doesn't make as much sense for the flow of the room, and also the tack-ups are bigger this way as well. We thought pretty much similarly about the whole thing.
You presented great ideas.
What do you mean? We kind of came up with it together.
Is there anything that I mentioned ever that you were like, good idea, or like...
Yeah, but the thing,
not only negatives?
It wasn't that we both sat in a room and then we both came back and we both gave each other's ideas. We were brainstorming and talking together the whole time. So it wasn't that one person conceptualized the whole thing. It was just...
But is there anything I said that was a good idea?
Well, I don't remember
Maybe
now because, as I said, it was so...
Changed?
It was so Wait, why? Is there something?
I think there's one thing that I said and now it's changed.
One thing you said and now it's changed. Yeah, but Jesse had suggested to make the pony divider, because we have like one big stable that's divided in two, so it's like one for each pony. To divide that, and make the divider removable. So if we want to use a stable for one horse, we can.
Yes,
so
because otherwise you're always stuck to the pony size, and that's also the reason why we changed the front doors, because they were first very low only for the ponies. Idea. Yeah. But that came because of it.
See, collaboration. Yes. That's what I mean. It like flows. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many stalls are in the barn? Will you be adding run-in shelter to the pastures? I don't know why. I think we've been very unclear with how many stables we're having put in. I mean, we have a whole video coming up where Jess and I are picking all of the interiors for the barn. That will be coming out in September, so that's really exciting. So you guys will be seeing that. That will go further into it. We have renderings of how everything's going to look. I knew something was.
So nice,
I knew something was off, and it's because I don't have my watch on. Oh, actually, I've got a question about stuff like that. Wait, I've got a question about that. We'll get into that. What was I saying? Oh yeah.
So 8 here, and then hopefully in the future some.
Yeah, we're making 8 stables here. So 6 big ones. 1 potentially big one, or can be converted into 2 small ones for the ponies. And then the idea is to have some shelters in the field so that the horses can go in and out, do their own thing, and some horses will live out as well. Because I think for the oldies it would be better. Like, what's the point of putting an old horse in a cramped small stable where they can't move?
It is a nice idea to be able to have the stable space for them, I always think, because if it's like really bad weather or for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But last year we were very lucky with the weather. It was really good for them.
It would be a nice luxury to have that opportunity to do that. Yeah. Who annoys you more, Steve or Jesse?
Oy.
That's an easy one, Steve.
Really?
And Steve will be watching. And it's you.
Tag him! Tag him!
Yeah, no, it's definitely Steve. But because he has like this brotherly annoyance. Do you feel... well, this is a good question for you because you talk about that. Do you feel generational differences as millennial and Gen Z? You always say
old
that.
Soul, young soul. That's the only thing.
Yes, old soul and young soul. Sorry.
Right.
Because you always say that, like, oh, you're such a Gen Z, blah blah blah.
I never say
I'm a
that.
millennial.
What are you
that's
talking about? You only say things and then say, "Well, I'm a millennial." Sorry.
Yeah, but is that not the same thing? Anyway, what are the differences? The differences is I don't know this very old crappy music you show me. These like very random.
Gosh, he doesn't know the most like of the music that is like I think everybody in the world would know. And it's very sweet as well. You didn't even know Amy Winehouse. I mean, you're not 13.
Yes, I grew up in Italy. Okay, we have Italian music. We have a whole different language. I didn't know English until I was
everywhere. And that's just one example.
And also, you're much older than I am.
Much older.
So we have just different lived experiences.
Yeah. And for the rest, I think, I don't know. It's downhill. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
You're almost old enough to be a boomer, you.
I feel like one.
What happened to your beautiful...
This tree is getting really dark. And remember how it started as well? Then we were like, oh, we didn't know it was a dark tree.
We're on a podcast right now, so maybe we can like lock in for a second. What happened to your beautiful bracelets that you used to wear? I get this. Okay, so we're going to talk about it. So that's what I was saying. Okay, I'm not wearing the watch, but that's just because I wear the watch every single day. I feel like naked without the watch. The bracelets, I've taken off now for just a couple of months. There's no like...
You put them back on the other day.
Yeah, I put them back on, but then I quickly took them back off. The reason is that it's so, like, it's really uncomfortable.
Well, you never had that in the past, or you just...
No, I fought through it. I battled it out. And then also like at night when you move your arm and then you scratch yourself with it and all this kind of stuff. And because they're screwed in these bracelets, you can't just like whip them off on and off really easily. But I think I'm gonna go back to just wearing one, because the one was not that bad, but the stack of two, it was like, I don't know if it's just the shape of my wrist or what it is, but they get stuck like on this bone, and then they're like the whole day, and then I have the whole print.
Size, both of them?
Yeah, they're the same size. But maybe I'll wear the one you got me, the nice one, the
Is that your favorite
brushed
one, you think, or not?
Yeah, but maybe you can take the gold one.
That to be nice, or?
No, I mean it.
Yeah, but I don't think I should wear something so expensive. It's not for me. It's I scratch everything.
Yeah, but okay, who cares? Also, my watch is completely scratched. These things, when you buy these things, if you don't wear them every day, what's the point? Then you might as well just not buy them. If you're gonna buy it, then use it.
Says the one that's not wearing them.
Anyway, next question. We obviously need details on the new pony for 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘. So I very briefly showed you guys in a vlog that 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐 and I went to look at a pony, but 𝒋𝒑𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒃's got
I released my video.
The inside scoop, if you will. But 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐 will do a full video on his channel about it, where you guys will get all the deets and all the information. So we're not going to spill just yet.
I just don't know why I struggle so much with this search. Like, it's not that I struggle with, I need to be open.
Do you want my answer? Why?
No. I'm just meaning more like, because I'm not looking, or because I haven't found it, you think?
Because you haven't found it yet.
No, but that's not what I mean, because I am very enthusiastic, and the only thing is...
You've got the enthusiasm, you just don't got the pony.
I don't know how I can just envision myself having another horse.
Then maybe you shouldn't.
It's been so long.
Yeah, but then maybe you shouldn't.
No, I want to.
And maybe when the time is right, that's why...
No, but I want to, and I will, and I really want to have this fall for macho as well.
But that's what I meant before. You always have to look a little bit, because it's not that you just decide one day that you're going to have a horse and you're going to find it. Because also, when I've had it before, you go and look at a horse that online and on the videos and everything, it's perfect, but you get there and it's just, there's nothing there. Next question. Are there going to be sand paddocks? That's something I don't know if we've talked about yet.
I would like to in the future, also so I can maybe do some of my trick training in there. It's nice, and what I think is nice, especially also for the ponies, but maybe for some horses that need it too, is that you have some sand areas where they can live in, and you could open it into the field, so they can, like, you can choose where you have them if they can't be on the grass the whole day. And for if it's wet or for whatever reason. The only thing is, I don't think we can do that yet.
Well, it's not in the planning, so I think it's good that we do like one winter properly here with all the horses, and we see how we can manage it. And then if we feel like that's something that's necessary, we can look into seeing if we can make it happen, you know? Because logistically, there's permits involved. It's not cheap to do as well if you want to do it properly, because the water has to go somewhere. You can't just throw sand on the ground. So it's not as simple as it seems. But first, I think we just need to try it, you know? You never know until you try it.
I never used to like sand paddocks, but I think one or two is quite nice to have them as an option.
I don't love them, to be honest. And then later on, when we have the covered lunge yard, we could use that. Chuck some horses in there if we really have to and the weather is horrible.
But I just like the idea of having this cute area for the ponies with their little house, and then the sand and some places for them to eat and to scratch and to do things. And then you can make a little opening to a field for a little bit.
Oh God, it sounds like you're describing a paddock paradise, and you know how I feel about those.
I talk about a pony villa.
Next question. Would you sell 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒃 for the lawnmower of your dreams? I have the lawnmower of my dreams actually already. There was in a vlog. I did buy it, but of course not. Of course I wouldn't. But I would.
Where would you sell me to?
But I did sell the mower you got me for it. But it's all in good faith. What TV shows are you binging these days?
Teresa Mendoza.
Yes, Queen of the South.
Is that Teresa Mendoza?
Yeah, Teresa Mendoza.
Mendoza. That's how I fall asleep quite quickly, and I have lots of dreams about it.
Yeah. We
have watched it already.
You and I have watched a variety of genres. Okay, so Queen of the South, very good, highly rated. Definitely watch that one. How to Get Away with Murder with Viola Davis. Very, very good. Definitely recommend that one.
Outlander.
We loved Outlander. We loved Game of Thrones.
Diaries.
No, Vampire Diaries is not my thing. It's your thing. I think it's cringy. Game of Thrones, we loved.
Yeah, I just haven't seen that much because I fall asleep.
Yeah, and then I watched The Rings of Power, which is really, really good. You didn't watch that though. I like kind of like mythical stuff like that. And then we have these really horrible like reality TV shows.
Oh, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I mean the New York ones will be
Also
iconic.
good. Yeah.
For anyone that watches the
But
New York
the-
Housewives, my brother met Luann, which is really funny, and she's exactly as she is. Anyway, we're veering too much, but we have like a really wide variety. Oh yeah, after her. That's true. Iconic. But yeah, we watch like a really big variety of different things. You and I are not big movie people because I think we like something to follow up. Like, yeah.
I like the Hunger Games movies.
Yeah, it's nice. That's random.
No, you said talk about movies and I keep going, huh? But have you guys had any ghostly activity? Oh God, why do you ask these things? I'm very sensitive to these things, please. But I was really worried about that here.
Are you gonna read the question?
Luckily, no.
What have you guys had any ghostly activities in your new house? Curious as it's older and has history.
No, locum everything. For now, no. I did ask the people before we bought it as well.
Yeah.
But we had one home, like a small apartment in the village where I used to live in, and that one was
Oh, the first one, yeah.
haunted. That was really terrible. I've never had such bad things. That was really scary.
Yeah, you're quite sensitive for those kind of things. I'm not
Yeah,
as
but
sensitive.
you haven't had crazy
But it was
experiences
off.
there.
There was something off in there for sure.
There
There
was
was definitely
really-
something
oh.
off. But here, the energy has been... It's not a scary house at all at night, even when you're alone. There's no crazy sounds. There's no things that you can't say like, okay, why did that happen? It's just like a very positive place. Even in the barn, even if you have to go in the cellar at night or something, not that you have to, but you wouldn't have an issue.
What are
Like
you
it
doing in
feels,
there at night?
it feels all very nice and warm and friendly. New horse truck. Jesse would have his logo on the red one. By now, if you hadn't said it wasn't worth it. Lol.
We had this discussion the other day. That
Yes,
I
because-
told you that you said that. You said, no, I never said that.
I understand, but you guys have to realize we've had the truck for 5
but it
years,
was-
going on to 6. Hold on.
That wasn't meant to
Hold on.
happen.
Hold on. Let me tell them the truth. We've had the truck now for 5 years, going on 6. And of course, the last year or two, I said, okay, now there's no point because maybe we will change it. But he already had 3 or 4 years to put his logo on.
No, we were meant to sell it after 2 years. And then get a new one and do that every 2 years. And that's why we didn't do it. And we were waiting for
I
a
did
new
it.
car. Yeah, because you had one in the beginning.
But honestly,
mine one wasn't ready then. But it doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna
to
say
me.
something. I'm very over the red. We're very lucky to have a horse truck. The truck itself is perfect. I think the red, I'm tired of it. It's like one of these colors that like, after you see it for such a long time.
I think it's quite iconic.
No, but
Just needs a bit of a
and the
washing.
stickering, all of it. It's like we're in this new era, and I feel like this is very tied to the old era, which is not a bad thing. But I want like a refresh. So I would either like to repaint the whole thing, or I'd at least redo all the stickering, and I would go much plainer, much simpler, and I would like to break up the color with black.
Okay.
But I'm tired of the red. Would you get another red truck if we get another one?
No.
You know what I did buy recently? Because I've been on this wild shopping
You
spree
bought it?
lately. Yeah, I've ordered it now.
Oh, you never told me.
Oh,
It's no problem. I find things out here.
we have this issue now because before the old
It's
stables,
really, you haven't even seen it in real. I went to see it.
Yes, but that's enough, no? We had this issue at the
What
old
model
stables
did
as
you
well. Hold on. One
I have
second.
questions.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna tell
Because there were
you
different
all.
options.
I didn't get the living in it, but I got everything else. So it has everything on it. Okay, let me talk about this trailer now. So I got a trailer that is exactly like the horse truck with a stallion divider. The horses travel backwards. It's huge, because we have big horses as well. And you can choose to have just a tack-up area in front, or like a very, very, very small living, like a very tiny, I wouldn't even call it a kitchen, tiny one burner, a shower that looked like a hose, and then this bed. And there's absolutely no need for us to have that. So I just went for the cheaper option, and I'm getting it in black, because then if we put it behind the Dodge, it's gonna look great, and behind the truck, it's gonna look great too. That way we can travel with 4 horses, or if Jesse has the truck, or I have the truck, we can still, like, I was thinking about it. I was like, if you're away, which happens a lot now with the horses for shows, and if there's an emergency and one of the horses is colicking, I can't take the horses anywhere. I have no option. And then Imperial lost a shoe 2 days ago. The vet called me and he said, oh, okay, I'm at your stables where you have Etro and Valero.
Vet or the farrier?
The farrier. He said, I'm at the stables where you have Etro and Valero. Can you bring the horse here so I can put the shoe back on? any other day that would have been fine, but because I didn't have a truck, I said, sorry, I can't do that. And I don't like that feeling of being blocked. And at the old stables, how we did it is we used one of our friends' trucks, so we kind of had 2 trucks there. So I think this will help us. You need to get a tow hook on your car. I don't know why you don't have a tow hook on your car.
You need to get a license.
Yeah, here in the Netherlands, you need a license if you want to drive with the trailer.
Everybody
which, no, in Australia, you don't need it.
Of course.
No, clip. No, you don't.
Well, that's just ridiculous. How are you allowed to drive with horses if you don't even have a license for it?
Well, you don't need it for a truck.
You didn't have to use it.
And you drive with horses?
This is a small one.
Yeah, but you drive with horses,
yeah, but it's basically a car. But you used to get it here in the Netherlands, like my mom got it when she...
Yeah, and in Australia it's the same still. You don't need a license to drive with a trailer. And so I never needed one. And in Australia I drove with the big 3-angle loads with even small compartments in front. Never had an issue. And now here they're like, license please. Don't have it, so I'm gonna have to get that done.
Together with Kim.
It needs to happen. Who's more dramatic when they're sick?
You and Steve. Steve first, then you.
Yeah, Steve is bad.
And then they are really like, because, I mean, maybe I'm dramatic too, you can talk about that in a second, but when they are sick, every movement they make, oh, and then, no. You guys are really dramatic.
I agree. I will own it.
A little bit of sickness.
Own it. I will own it. It's true, but you're so dramatic when you vomit. You've never heard anyone vomit like 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘. And then you're like punching the ground, and then you're stomping your leg. It's like this whole convulsion.
Because it hurts.
Well, it's very dramatic. If you're sick...
Maybe you have a lot of experience vomiting from clubbing in the past. I don't know, but I didn't.
Well, if you're sick, the whole town knows it. That's for sure.
But when I'm sick, I just keep going because I feel better when I just am outside doing my thing. Otherwise, I probably act like you. But if I'm just outside, then it's okay. And then it also leaves quicker.
I think you have a hair or mint on you.
Mint?
It's a hair. Do you think Emporio will lose some of his crest considering he's now a gelding? I think he will lose a bit, but he will always be a cresty horse.
I don't think it will change a lot.
I think he will lose a little bit, because they all do. They all do. Okay. Antares also. But that's fine, he has plenty to go.
But Antares didn't have like Emporio, and he was much younger.
No, but he still has a nice neck, so it will stay, but I think some of it will go a little bit, yes. If you had to completely swap lives for a month, how would it be from each other's point of view?
Oh, I think I will be like getting a real reality check of how it is living with me.
No, I don't
really think it's not that easy.
No, stop. That's not true. I don't think that's what they mean. I think they just mean if we live each other's lives. If you were to live my life, how would that be for you? Like how I run my days, what I do with my horses, how I am.
Organized. I don't know.
You would be editing videos, that's for one.
Yeah.
And quickly. Well, go on. What else?
Perfectionistic.
You'd have I think, without shade, but you'd have a lot to do with the barn and the renos and everything.
But I don't think this is all what they
might get a bit of stress. Well, yes.
What would it be? Like, how would it be?
Yeah.
It's not like... So I think, yeah, lots of organizing, lots of arranging things.
Lots of phone calls. Because he also has this thing now where he thinks it's so funny because I'm quite busy throughout the day, and I call people a lot, and I have a lot of phone calls. So often when you call, I'm busy, I'm on a phone call, I can't answer. And then you're like, if I get voicemail one more time, but you don't realize how much I'm on my phone. I have like 30 phone call minimum a day or something.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it's a lot. Well, it's the morning now.
Yeah, show me. They can go back for days. Most of it is me, but it's still quite a bit, I guess.
Look at Thursday. Look at the weekdays. Look at Tuesday. It's a lot.
Not quite 30, but it's a lot.
Okay, not quite 30, but it's a lot. And I'm also busy doing stuff when I'm not calling. So then I find it and I have my phone on Do Not Disturb as well.
And if you do about my life?
Okay, it's like a bit of chaos because you're like all over the place because you have you like do so many different things. So it's a lot going on. I think I would find it very stressful. I think immediately I would have to like employ more people. And you do lessons. You give people lessons. I mean, a lot less now, but I could never. Never. Because if you're giving, especially how many people you do, because you do groups, and I think after a day of lessons, these people have taken, bless them, they're all very sweet, but they've taken part of your soul. Because trick training, it's all about energy. So you have to bring that energy to every single horse, every single person of every single lesson.
Group last weekend.
No, I know, but I couldn't do that. That would drain me. That would kill me. That's really not where I find like fulfillment. But luckily we don't have to swap. Isn't that nice? Oh my God, I would be cooking a lot. My nightmare. My absolute nightmare.
And I would be vacuuming all the time and washing.
Yeah, and keeping things clean.
Does it snow where your new home is located? It can snow. Last year it did. We never saw it because we weren't here, but it can. It's not like Norway or something, but it can snow.
It snows more here than where we used to live in the Netherlands up north because we were by the sea.
And they have salt.
Yeah, and the sea kind of keeps the region, the area warmer as well. So, and it does get cooler here in the winter. So we definitely have more chance of snow here. When the first time I ever visited you in the Netherlands in 2016, throwback, there was so much snow. Do you remember?
The first time?
Well, maybe the second or third actually, because the first time was in October.
We did this nice trail, right? In the snow, didn't we?
It was so much snow. It was like, for the Netherlands, that's quite a lot when it's like this.
I don't think also that much, like 30 phone calls.
Okay, let me
like
have
this,
my fantasy.
It was quite a bit. Yes.
It was deep. It was snow angels. Everything was white. Okay, this is the last question. Who is physically stronger? And as of late, it's been clear as day.
I've had struggles. I don't know why. I always had to open bottles for everybody, and now sometimes I can't.
Now Jesse comes to me with a jar. Here, can you open it? And then the other day with something else here from like, I don't know, we just got it in. Yeah, can you open it? I tried. And then I open it like this.
Yeah, but I really don't understand. I think something's wrong.
Okay, well, sorry. Who's stronger? Lol.
Oh, with your hands, you.
Lol. I think with everything. Who's faster? We've raced. Who's faster? Tell him.
Well, it depends on the shot.
No. Correction.
We can try.
I won every race that when we race. I always win.
Sure.
Yes, I always win. Sorry. Yeah, you're better at spelling and other things, but I'm stronger.
Okay.
That's everything. That's all the questions for this time.
Okay.
Well, it was fun. Thank you guys all so much for watching as always. And I think...
And listening, and hopefully next time we have these
I was just going to say, I think next time we're going to be starting out like this. Both of us clinking, cheering. Yeah, mugs going everywhere. So we will look forward to that, hopefully, if we get our act together.
I just have to see, I think I'll put it on my web shop then.
Yeah, I think so. That's the easiest. It'll be on Jesse's Nalanta website where he sells all of his other goodies like bitless bridles, neck ropes.
Backpad.
Tell him, you tell him.
We don't end like this. Wait,
Okay.
let me put my croc bag on.
Okay, well, that's everything. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and we're gonna catch you guys. Wait, can we do this together? And we're gonna catch you guys. Yes, in sync. Okay, ready? And we're gonna catch you guys on the next. No, it's on the next one. Okay, from the top. Okay. And we're gonna
again. Yeah. Okay. How do I know when to start?
Okay, but use your voice from your chest. Okay, and we're gonna catch you.
3, 2, 1.
And we're gonna catch you guys on the next. No, on the next one.
I'm not gonna say it on the next.
3, 2, 1. And we're gonna catch you guys on the next one. Bye. Bye. That's not exactly in sync, but she'll do.